Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Quentin the Bull and the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and always I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Hello.
And this is our weekly sideshow where we talk about anything weird or gruesome or particularly strange you found in the world, in the weird world this week. Weird world this week. Yeah, it's called Weird News. Let's do it. Let's start with some vigilante justice in Great Britain. Clearly, headline from the Daily Star. Sex offender bled to death on derelict industrial estate with his genitals cut off.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's someone getting the revenge, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Convicted sex offender Reginald Allen Roach, 63, was found by a dog walker on the disused Bryn Keggin industrial estate in Bangor with his genitalia cut off and died from his wounds.
In Wales.
In all my years of walking a dog, I've never found a dead body. I wonder one day if I will.
Let's hope not.
I think it's a rite of passage amongst dog walkers.
Okay.
Reginald Allen Roach was found unresponsive and died after sustaining wounds to his private parts, an inquest heard today. The 63-year-old was discovered by a dog walker on the industrial estate in Bangor on Sunday. Dr. Brian Rogers carried out a post-mortem examination on the deceased who lived at Tyne Newid Bail Hostel on a Welsh road in Bangor.
Oh, so he was in one of those sex offender hostels then?
Yeah.
When they get released from prison or they don't go to prison, they're basically like kept under observation, aren't they?
Yes, yeah.
Without any actual observation, really. I used to deliver to a house just around the corner from here. Yeah, I don't know whether it still is, but...
He only exposed himself at a travel lodge.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
For the 10th time.
And in 2020 destroyed a Popper memorial the day after Remembrance Sunday.
Hardly, worth getting your bollocks.
I think
It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
he'd also failed to... he faced a charge of failing to comply with notification requirements in relation to the sex offenders register.
Yeah, for exposing himself at a travel lodge.
Well, I think that clearly, Mike, it may well have been a
He may have been pissed,
bit of a spiral. Maybe that was...
well, that's just
Maybe that's the only thing he was ever...
Yeah, that's what it was saying.
Actually charged
Earlier in
with.
August, he admitted exposing himself at a travel lodge.
Well, there must have been something else going on for him to have his nuts cut off. So is it vigilante justice, or one of the dudes from the hostel was just taking a dislike and done it as some weird sexual abuse?
Well, he could have done it to himself. It's not
Could have done it
saying
to
it's
himself. I'm thinking at this point we've got some kind of sexual sadist murderer.
It sounds to me like he was due that day to sign on the register, and he didn't want to live with the shame of it.
So he cut his nuts
He
off.
cut his nuts off.
Ooh.
That's a bit rough.
See, I went vigilante justice straight away.
Well,
That's
that's what I thought, but surely not just for exposing himself at a travel lodge. They've got a
Depends who he
bit.
exposed himself to.
If someone exposed themselves to you at a travel lodge, you're gonna hunt him down and cut his balls off.
Yes. Yes, I
He
am.
exposed himself to my daughter.
That's what I mean, yeah.
That could be the...
To be fair, I think I'd probably rip them off with my bare hands I wouldn't need a knife or
teeth.
anything. Not my teeth, Michael, no.
After giving him a
You
nudge
might
on.
want to use your teeth. I'll tell you what, I'll call you up in that circumstance.
Can I just phone a friend?
I've got a penis for you to bite.
I'm gonna eat another one. Add to my collection. Sorry. Go.
Is that why his nickname's Nasher?
Or he could have done it himself. I'm thinking it's probably that.
I don't know. It's a
An
weird
interesting take.
way to commit suicide, cutting your penis off.
I
Symbolic,
can't see
innit?
him doing that.
Can't you? Not even in a state of despair.
Symbolic, innit? It's like I don't deserve these, and then he's bled
You
to
know,
death.
I think you were looking.
He's a
way
sex
too
offender
deep
now,
into
isn't
this.
he? Everybody knows that he's a sex offender. He's living in the sex offenders
Yeah,
hostel.
so everyone knows that he's a sex offender.
Yeah, and he
So
can't live with the shame.
So some young fucking group of
Why do
youths
it in an
that
industrial?
know that he's a fucking sex offender.
You go somewhere quiet, don't you?
And they have.
Disused industrial estate.
Exactly.
No one's there.
They've took him there,
It's possible. It is possible.
and they've cut his nads
Who knows?
off.
Who knows?
Probably not thinking he was going to die.
Oh, I'd cut my nads off over the toilet. Save making a mess.
If they were going to kill him, they'd have stabbed him up properly, yeah? They didn't think he was going to die from it. They've cut his nads off and left him somewhere. They've dumped him out in a fucking disused area.
Thinking someone will find him before he bleeds to death, and they haven't.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's.
We'll have to keep an eye on it for any future
We will.
updates.
It's an interesting one, though.
Yeah.
I thought some kind of rogue Batman. Okay.
Okay, moving on. Oculus creator makes virtual reality headset that intentionally kills people.
What?
What?
Nerve gear can explode its wearer's brain.
That doesn't sound like what I want to do, really.
Okay.
So I'm not buying that then, am I?
I wanted an Oculus, but I might
Yeah,
not
I
get
was
one
looking
now.
at it.
If the guy's like openly admitting he's made it so it blows people's brains up.
Palmer Luckey, the creator of Oculus, has created a virtual reality headset that intentionally kills people. Named Nevergear, the system aims to closely tie people's virtual life to their real one by bringing them both to an end at the same time. So if you die in virtual reality, it's going to explode your
You
brain.
die in COD. You're dead.
I'm sure that's not what it means, is it?
Yeah, you die in the game.
Yeah.
You die in real life. It's like the ultimate game.
So is this like for people that are addicted to like those gay games like Second Life and things like that?
I guess you could argue that people would use it for that. I'll bet you'll get turned to an immediate seedier side where people are playing COD for fucking real.
I don't think this is going to be a joke. Surely they can't sell this because it says that once they detect that they've died in virtual reality, 3 explosive modules explode, instantly destroying the brain of the user.
I know. They're never going to sell it. He says he's made it.
He said the system is still unfinished. He aims to make it impossible to remove or destroy the headset that people will be stuck inside virtual reality. Oh my god. It's maniac. And because of the limitations of design and the danger that it could fail and kill people at the wrong time, he has still yet to try it out himself.
Yeah, you try it first.
Yeah, you
mate.
first, mate.
I kind of think this is just a load of bullshit. You know this fake news you hear of?
It's the Independent. It's a reputable British newspaper.
He says, well, the technology at the moment is
Well
just
done.
a piece of office art. It is intended to be thought-provoking about game design.
I can't see Dragon's Den going for it.
I'll
Deborah Meaden going, beg your pardon, it's just going to kill you.
be like, I'll have 30% of your company straight away because you've got to a seedy side where it's literally COD for real stakes.
So you could like make a virtual army.
No, you get all the
Yeah.
you get a little
Recruit
fucking,
people.
You get a little arena. You'd have teams of 4.
You'd have like warlords, wouldn't you? And they'd be like recruiting people to their gang, and you'd have gang warfare within virtual reality.
Yeah.
Well, I was just
You've got a
thinking,
Highlander.
I was
wouldn't it?
thinking you could bring war.
You cut the heads off.
Yeah, only one remains.
So
War
it's a
could be a whole
free-for-all.
new thing, couldn't it? War could be a whole new thing. Both opposing sides, they all wear these headgears, these Oculus headgears.
That just seems pointless when you could just use drones and no one has to die on your side.
Meanwhile, people are calling up going, my boyfriend's head's exploded! I've got another one!
And imagine the
wrong one!
imagine the stress it had placed on the coroners.
Well, it'd be...
Oh, the new COD's coming out. Oh shit, we're
It'd
going to
be
be
pretty
busy.
Busy time of year, boys. Busy time of year. Christmas.
You don't want to be a noob, do you? On the fucking.
Oh God, no.
You want to have some practice.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd be
dear.
dead after,
What a load
after
of
one go
bollocks.
on Call of Duty
No.
the other day. I'd be well dead. Not a chance.
He did say at the minute it's a piece of office art that he's made, but
But why is
Office
he made
art.
it's like a concept piece of art.
Yeah, he wants us to get us to think about
And he's like, come on, this
consequences in the virtual world.
But at the same time, the fact that he's made this, and chances are someone's going to think, man, this would be really good for an illegal high-stakes betting game.
Yeah.
This will replace dog fighting.
This will replace that what they do in
Love, Death and Robots. You remember
No.
that? You guys haven't seen
the
that.
Deer Hunter.
The Deer Hunter Russian Roulette.
That's it. Yeah. Did he mow?
Okay.
That's what it was called, wasn't
Racist
it?
Mike again.
That's what it was called. That's what they were saying in the film.
They
I don't
were
know.
saying that.
Moving swiftly on.
They were saying that. But you, for a moment there, you materialised as that Sean Connery version of Bond undercover in Japan.
Start doing your bit quickly, Claire.
Where he just had the bowl haircut, buck teeth, he tipped his eyes back. You materialised
Really,
it,
just
like
start
that.
doing your bit, Claire.
Right then, my seagull, best bud, betrayed me, trashed my flat, bit my nose and knocked my tooth out.
Hold on. Can we repeat that? My seagull best buddy
Yeah.
betrayed me.
So a woman has been betrayed by her best friend, which happens to be a seagull.
Oh,
Oh,
The boisterous bird, Bernie, even took a bite out of her nose.
fucking hell.
wasn't much of a best friend really then,
No,
was he?
I think you're just using her for.
Chips.
The bird threw a rager for one on October 29th. A rager? What's that?
Well, going mental, innit?
Like a
Not a
party.
big party then.
Yeah, it's
Let's
a
have
rager. A rager's like when a party that evolves into trashing the place.
He invited loads of his seagull rates around and they all like sat in there going,
No, it was just Bernie.
Right.
So Bernie just got trashed. He's got shit faced and trashed the place. I'm guessing.
Well, he did it at Haley's flat in Worthing, West Sussex. She became aware that all was not well when she heard a crash coming from her balcony and proceeded to record the ordeal. Haley said he started to regurgitate crabs all over the 41-year-old's apartment after he allegedly got a smell of the potato wedges she had cooked up the night before. How could she tell? Oh my god, that seagull sniffing those potato wedges.
why the fuck has she got a pet seagull?
Yeah.
Why has nobody addressed that elephant in the room?
Because she's a very lonely woman, clearly.
But a
Quite
seagull!
tragic. It's probably,
Nobody's ever had a pet seagull!
Maybe it had a broken wing or something and she nursed it back to health. or
maybe.
something
We
like
don't
that.
know the background, I guess.
She
Maybe
could-
just load it in with chips.
Threw it out the window.
Read the next bit.
In a bid to end the carnage, Haley tried to pick Bernie up, but misjudged attempt to take a selfie. What? A misjudged attempt to take a selfie saw the self-proclaimed crazy animal feeder to get a nip of her nose.
Oh, she's known as the crazy animal feeder.
But so, this bird has trashed her flat, vomited up crabs. She then tries to pick it up for some reason to take a selfie, not to
wonders
throw it
why.
out the fucking window,
thought he
and
was
he
on a
bites her
rager.
nose. I mean, how? Oh, crazy animal feed, crazy's right.
Why is she trying to take a selfie with this raging bird?
Because she's really going to put it on Facebook for likes because she's an incredibly lonely woman, which is tragic.
Oh, look at
Well,
her.
she threw him out the window, and on the way out, it cracked one of her veneers.
My holy God. What has this world come to? Don't get me wrong, it's hilarious, but
It's
why
hilarious, but slightly tragic.
Why is she kidnapping seagulls for fuck's sake?
Well, it's not just seagulls though, mate. It could be anything. She's a crazy animal feeder. She's probably feeding all the cats, or the foxes, or the rats.
I wonder how many
Her
foxes
flat
she's
could
got.
be just infested with animals. Could be like Ace Ventura when he does the core in his flat and all the animals come flooding out.
Oh, things are back on track between the mates though.
Oh,
Bernie
that's something.
reportedly came back to the window 5 seconds later.
Ah,
Stockholm syndrome, I think.
Yeah. Oh, so they've made up now and they're friends again, are they?
Yeah.
Ends
hang
on a
on, just
happy
scroll
note.
down to that picture again. What? Who's taking the picture of her throwing the bird out the window?
I don't know. Oh, and down the bottom she says, it was during the COVID years and everyone was indoors, he became a sort of like new best friend. I don't know why she sounds like an old lady, but she's quite young, isn't she? Well, relatively young.
So she's basically one of those animals that people, like comfort animals, what they call them.
She needs a companion animal, doesn't she?
Yeah.
An anxiety dog or whatever they call it.
So she just
Can't be any animal, can't it?
She
What
just
do they call it?
kidnapped the
Yeah, what do they
seagull
call
that
it?
landed on
What's the
her.
fucking
Take them on
name?
planes, don't they?
Yeah. Shit.
Maybe she did lure it in with chips.
Maybe.
I'm trying to think of the name of what they call it now. When you can take your pet with you on the flight and say it's a assistance. Yeah.
Or service dog.
Service.
No,
A
it's not the word.
service seagull.
It's not the word, is it?
No, shit.
I forget.
Oh, right.
Comfort animal.
Comfort. Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Let us know, listener, because it's gone off the top of my head. I've seen a few people when I've been quite jealous. So I'm like, oh, I wish I could take Max at the supermarket. Then I took him at the council offices 2 weeks ago and he pissed up the fridge.
Just wear a high-vis jacket and just say you're special. You'll be alright.
Wearing an Ivers jacket all the time, mate. I always say I'm special. It gets me out doing shit.
Well, there you go then.
KFC apologises for Kristallnacht chicken and cheese promotion. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, what?
Kristallnacht was the night when the Nazi party basically said, hey, all them Jews in your neighbourhood, we're moving them out and taking their shit and burning their businesses down.
Whose promotion idea was this?
Yeah. Someone who doesn't know what Kristallnacht is and just thought, hey, that's a German celebration. Sounds German to me, and didn't do any research into what it was.
The firm messaged German customers suggests they commemorate the Nazi atrocity by eating its food.
Yeah, KFC's apologised for a push notification sent out via its app inviting German customers to celebrate the anniversary of the Nazi Kristallnacht, pogroming against Jews by ordering fried chicken and cheese.
What the fuck?
It sent the message to its customers on Wednesday on the 84th anniversary of the Night of Broken Glass, which is what Kristallnacht means.
Yeah.
In which Nazis led gangs in the torching, vandalising and ransacking of Jewish shops, businesses and synagogues across Germany. The event is seen as the beginning of the Nazis' systematic attempt to annihilate Europe's Jewish population. KFC reached out to its customers with the message, commemorate Kristallnacht. Treat yourself to more soft cheese and crispy chicken. Now at KFC, KF Cheese.
What the fuck?
Do you think it was one of the people that made the app a really sick joke?
Yeah, but this was done in Germany, yeah? This was one of
Yeah.
Germany's fucking KFCs.
It is KFC Germany, yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? How the fuck did...
Yeah.
That's just... Oh my god.
I'll tell you, I reckon I know what this is.
Well, they've got a
Really
reason for it.
lazy app writer has scheduled the app to send out certain dates in the German calendar and to give them a push notification and a promotion. And for some reason, probably the anniversary of Kristallnacht is listed on his phone's calendar or something, which it's synced to, and it sent out the anniversary update.
They blamed it on a fault in their system. It is speculated the message was computer generated, so
It's just
And AI did it.
It's
Nazi
maybe.
food. Oh my god, Nazi food apps. Nazi
Yeah.
chickens.
That is hilarious.
with a text to promote its cheesy chicken being automatically connected to current anniversaries and events to stimulate sales.
So what I said then.
But yeah,
On the lazy app writer.
yeah, it was the computer program that did it.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
It's fucked up, innit?
That's a rare thing though. A German mistake.
it is.
In
It's an American
programming
company.
or something.
American company.
Yeah, but still, a mistake by the Germans.
It's true.
But
Well, apart from the Nazism.
After the Second World War,
And you'd argue the first one.
yeah,
Well,
but
they've had to be squeaky clean since.
after the Second World War,
They have, Claire, you're absolutely
But
right.
in
They have
Japan-
they have been pretty... Apart from the war crimes in Afghanistan.
Yeah, we're all in on that. Oh,
No, the Germans literally did get done for some of their guys driving around with human skulls at the front of their bonnets.
Whoa.
No, so they'd stick a skull as a over the front of their Humvee's bonnet, and they apparently people they killed. It was like, yeah, can't be doing that. So they did get slightly penalised. It's like you can take the Germans out of the war crimes, you can't take the war crimes out of the Germans.
fuck.
Oh, sorry, German listeners. Shit, we've got a few. Well, you can look it up. It's true. It happened.
we had a few.
I've had a few.
You have now. Moving on.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm just saying the truth. It was the truth. It happened.
I'll just say the German KFC may have fucked this up, but the Japanese KFC They've literally cornered the Christmas meal market.
Have they?
Yeah. Because they basically convinced Japanese that everybody eats chicken on Christmas Day. They don't eat turkey, don't they? So they sell buckets of chicken at Christmas, and everyone sits down and have KFC on Christmas Day in Japan. Yeah. It's not a Christian country, so they sort of ape the West, yeah.
No wonder they make so much money, because I fucking hate KFC.
It's alright.
I
like it.
They also have weddings in KFC. That's like a very, very popular wedding venue in Japan.
Can you get married by the Colonel, do you think? Well, bloke dresses the Colonel.
Can you marry the Colonel?
Not unless you reanimated his corpse and
I was going to say,
trotted him around Japan.
it would be difficult, but knowing the Japanese, it wouldn't be
Oh, is
out of the question.
I bet it's an animatronic fucking Colonel
they'll
in some
find
places.
a way.
Yeah.
There'll be some kind of hologram of him, like come up, like, but he'll talk with a funny accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Bloke caught with wad of fake 20-pound notes stuffed down his sock. Sentenced.
Just explain that for listener. 20 pounds. Obviously we
Geordie
spell
speak.
We spell pounds. The notes do read 20 pound.
They do. Yeah. Look, I'll show you.
That's fantastic.
20 pound.
Pound man.
An illiterate Geordie. Oh.
Police in Newcastle were baffled after the search of a man unearthed a seemingly massive wad of cash in his sock, totalling £820. However, upon closer inspection, officers noticed the notes had a distinctly Newcastle flavour, with the notes reading 20 pound. Other than the strange writing, the notes appeared at first glance like official tender and had images of economist Adam Smith and pin factory workers showing. William Hickson, who was being searched at a Newcastle police station over an unrelated incident, had his cash confiscated and examined by an expert for the Bank of England, who unsurprisingly found the dodgy notes to be counterfeit.
Why did you even have to get someone in from the Bank of England? It literally says 20 pounds instead of 20 pounds. There's the pounds is spelled P-O-O-D-S.
NDS.
NDS, yeah? P-O-O, there's the big thing. There's a U in pounds.
Just want to get someone to check out, the rest of the notes.
They all have the same serial number as well.
Oh.
Hickson was sentenced to 23 months imprisonment. Recorder Jason Pitter KC told Hickson, "You were arrested and in your possession was £820 cash. All of that money was counterfeit. There were 41 notes in total. That is a very serious offence, which for obvious reasons crosses the custody threshold. The existence of counterfeit money undermines the economic system."
Bankers that can undermine the economic system.
Our politicians undermine the economic
Listen, Pete.
system.
Everyone undermines the economic system.
The bankers crashed the economy with a reckless and illegal what they were doing.
Lending.
And they get nothing. And he gets 41 dodgy notes and gets nearly 2 years.
I don't know. I found him in a bush. I was like, hey!
I didn't realise, mate. I thought it said £20 and I thought, hey, that sounds about right. that sounds fucking
Why don't you
normal.
just go-
That's Scottish though, Pete. That's not Geordie.
Why I like? Sorry.
That's it.
Sorry, like, why I? With his £20? Why I?
Can they don't just say, way out?
It is amazing though, isn't it? Poons, I mean, for fuck's sake.
It's hilarious.
I'm
But when was the last time you looked at a £20 note and inspected it and went,
course not.
oh, that says £20?
I didn't even know Adam Smith was on it, to be honest.
Who's that?
The Economist.
Well, he's not doing a very good job.
Sort of basically the father of capitalism.
Boom.
Oh well.
No, I never heard of
Charles
him.
will be on the new ones from now on, won't
Oh
he?
shit! Well, from next year. Oh, I haven't got. Yeah, from next year.
I keep on imagining like a spitting image type Charles on it.
Oh, he's a very pretty man, isn't he?
Oh, Pete's always in some 20s. Speaking of the rustling,
Yeah, I'm just pulling out my wad.
Pete's put out his wad and his money.
Is that the same guy on this note? Because that's the old notes, in it. This is the new notes.
I have no idea. I haven't held 20p in my hand for ages. It seems more electronic now, virtually.
No, it's a slide-on view.
Yeah, you're looking at a man with a big nose.
Yeah, that's not the same dude, is it?
No.
No.
Oh well. Alright, last one. Pete, you're up.
Right. A man who lived in Charles de Gaulle Airport for 18 years dies there.
That's a shitter.
Oh.
You know who he is, didn't you?
You must have seen The Terminal.
Yeah.
Seen that film,
Tom
Pete?
Hanks.
No, I've not.
Oh,
I've
it's a
not
good
watched
film. Isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
He gets
Has a
stuck,
better ending than this real life, unfortunately, doesn't it?
Yeah.
gets stuck in
Clearly.
a terminal because his country sort of goes to war with another one, and they won't let him out. They're like, oh, you're not, legally able to go anywhere because
Your country doesn't exist.
Yeah. So his passport was invalid.
How fucking ridiculous.
So he wasn't allowed out the front door.
Right. Okay. So, Iranian man who lived for 18 years in Paris's Charles de Gaulle airport and inspired the 2004 film Terminal died on Saturday in the airport, officials said. Mehran Karimi Nassiri died after a heart attack at the airport's Terminal 2F around midday, according to an official with the Paris Airport Authority. Police and the medical team treated him but were not able to save him, the official said. So Karimi, who claimed to be British but is believed to have been born in 1945 in the Iranian province of Khuzestan, he lived in the airport's Terminal 1 from 1988 until 2006.
First in legal limbo, there you go, because he
Right.
lacked residency papers, and later by choice as a bit of both.
How weird.
Yeah, can you imagine living in an airport for 18 years? My God, I don't want to spend 18 minutes in a fucking airport.
He did live in a hotel for a bit near the airport.
So after spending some time in a hospital for an operation, that a hotel near the airport paid for it with the money he'd received from film rights, and then a shelter for homeless people, he had returned to living in the airport again in recent weeks, the official said.
So for 18 years he was living in the airport.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
But since 2006...
18 years, Ben. The fucking airport.
Oh, I always asleep.
I know.
Every fucking 10 minutes an announcement booming out across the tunnel.
So the past 16
He
years...
was even driven insane. And he slept for 10 minutes at a time before he was woken up.
So he's not lived there for 16 years, but obviously he's gone back there to die, I'm assuming. Because why else has he gone back there the past few weeks? He knew he was going to croak it or something.
Sounds it. Yep.
Yeah, maybe hoping he could find me. Why didn't he just walk out of the... If he'd just walked out of there, right, and tried to get a job, they'd have arrested him and probably deported him.
How did he live? What did he live on? How did he survive?
No, because they said, didn't they? And I don't know, in the film, they said after a while they were like, just go, man, just get lost in the system, just go.
Yeah.
We'll turn a blind eye. But he thinks it's a trick, doesn't he?
Yeah, he thinks it's a trick.
And he doesn't go, and he stays there for ages.
But wouldn't you think that eventually, after 18 years, you think, oh, fuck this.
Eventually, they must have said, look, you can be a citizen, and maybe he is, but he still decided to live in the hotel. I get in the airport. He's
Do
been
you think
there.
he's just become institutionalised?
Yeah.
He can sleep through the booming Italian announcements now. He can live with the... He can sleep on a hard metal airport bench.
Every day, though, you got to eat airport food.
Did he actually live in the airport?
Yeah.
Was it not like an airport hotel or
No,
something
he lived
like
in the
that?
airport. He
In the
brushed his
film?
teeth and everything, and washed himself in the sinks.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
did
he
he
must have
sleep?
stunk.
He just slept on the, where everyone sits, in the
the
waiting area.
benches?
Yeah.
And in the film, he used to go and take your trolley back for you.
Yeah.
And people were
Get
like,
the cent-
yeah,
get the
the few cents out
Yeah.
of it, and then he could buy himself a burger every X amount of trolleys.
It's a good film. If you get a chance to watch it.
I don't know, it's got Tom Hanks in it.
I don't like Tom Hanks.
Not anymore, no.
Oh no. You fall into the Tom Hanks rabbit hole.
Well, for the alleged paedophilia and things like that, I'm just not sure whether I like him anymore. I'm not sure.
A lot of
whether I
stuff there made this very easy as food. I went down that rabbit hole a little bit myself.
It was the
I did
whole,
some research
it was the whole
into it.
getting
It's,
arrested in Australia when he apparently had COVID and that, but actually he was arrested.
No, it's...
And then he's had citizenship to Greece, which also...
Because he's done loads of charity
Yeah,
work
but
there
it
with his
also
wife
so
who's
happens
Greek.
that Greece is one country that it's okay to be a paedophile. It's actually
It's not okay to be a paedophile in Greece.
It's classed as an illness
no,
like
it's not.
alcoholism.
That's an
That's
internet
a lie.
lie.
Is it?
That's a QAnon lie, yeah.
Is it
yeah,
a lie?
It
though?
is a lie,
okay,
yeah.
fair enough, but...
There's a lot of stuff there. I've been down that rabbit hole. I looked at it for an episode because I wanted to destroy everyone's childhood.
Well, that's kind of how I always felt about that. Well, I've always loved Tom
and
Hanks,
it
but...
turns out that virtually none of those accusations can be backed up or are even true.
So he was never on Weinstein,
No,
Epstein's
it's
Island.
pure... Hey, he could have been on Epstein's Island. Allegedly, maybe, I don't know. But as far as the evidence points out, none of the allegations made against him are true, and it is pure QAnon bullshit. Because he's a Democrat.
Why would they come out with that?
Because he's a Democrat, and everyone who doesn't support Trump according to Q is a paedophile.
Not everybody
basically.
Not everybody on Epstein's Island is doing like the nasty because
No,
he's got to
I
keep
said
up a
this.
certain front, hasn't
I
he?
said
to
this last
get
time
there.
we mentioned Epstein's Island. Like, not everyone that went there would have had any idea. It'd have only been a select few that would have actually been on the inner circle kind of thing.
Well, that's it, innit? The more you go there, he gradually kind of grooms you into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let's not get into that now.
No. Thank you very much for listening. It's in on that bombshell. This has been Weird News. I've been Ben. Don't invent a VR headset that can kill you. And then don't go into seedy Taiwanese, Vietnamese underground COD chambers where you're all in VR and it's one shot, one kill, and before you know it, you're screaming at someone as you kill them in VR, bayoneting them in the chest, and then get shot in the back.
Okay.
And then your head explodes.
Very specific.
Yeah.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, and the force be with you.
I've been Claire, thanks for listening, and don't take in stray seagulls.
And I've been Pete. R.I.P. Doo-doo lived in the airport for a long time. But I wouldn't advise it, but yeah.